Hello, my name is Sekit, and we are playing TNP Limitless 5. And, folks, the pack has not yet been updated to 1.18.2. Minecraft hasn't been updated to 1.18.2, but I was checking out the specs for the update. It doesn't look too terrible, so we're gonna risk it. What we're gonna do today, where we're gonna start, is we're gonna build ourselves a windmill. And we're going to do it a similar palette to the house. The difference between this windmill and those windmills over there is that this one's going to be from the Create mod. So what we're going to do is, let's see, I think that'll be enough room. We're going to go 7 and 3 and 1. So the first story, I've done just the one section of wall between the two, where the two doors are going to be. We're going up about this high. We're using these dark oak log fences, which are just fences made out of dark oak logs. They look pretty good. So here's the ground floor. We've gone up pretty tall, or the walls anyway. We haven't really done anything with the walls. Pretty high. And what we're going to do is bring it in a little bit and do limestone up on this floor. Okay, here's the second floor. It's set in a little bit. And we're going to have the windmill come out this way. So we got a little extra movement here by making this flush and this in by one. I think that looks pretty cool. We're going to have to do a bunch more with this to make it look nice, but I think that's a pretty good start. Now that we've got at least the shape of it, I'm going to do the top. And this part up here is where the windmill blades are going to come out of. It's going to be out on this side. We're actually going to build what's going to look like a little thick squat house. Whoops. Always do that. Only going to go up 4. Okay. We'll have to add some more detail. It looks a little small up there right now, but I'm sure we can do something about that. Now we're going to have the shaft of the windmill come out right here. Now to actually make the windmill, we're going to have to get started in Create. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick look and see if there's a quest line. Doesn't really look like it. Oh, there's an Iron Jetpacks quest line. Too bad we've literally done it all already. No, I don't want to open the website. Oh, I don't want to do all that. Anyway, now the next thing we're going to want are sails, and we're going to want a lot of them. We're going to need sticks and andesite alloy. Fortunately, we have a good amount of sticks. So let's go ahead and we'll make a good amount of frames to start. And then we can use the hemp we've been growing to make some more tough fabric. Now we can use that to make some sails. So let's see if we understand. Now create has this, oh, we better touch down. Create has this amazing ponder function. And and it's cool. Will attach to blocks in each other without superglue. So I have a few questions. Question number 2. What happens if we do something like this? And we'll have to use some more stone here to get the sails in place. Will this work? Let's find out. It does not. Now what about this structure? Okay. So it recognizes the windmill, but it doesn't move the extra blocks. Next question. What does superglue do? We're going to make some. Let's see what it says. Attaching blocks. Superglue can be used between any 2 blocks. The attached blocks will move together when assembled into a contraption. Whenever superglue is held in the offhand. Oh, interesting. So let's say we're messing with windmills and we have superglue in our offhand. Okay, there is a little bit of durability on it, but it's not that expensive. Let's say we did that, and then we attached not what I wanted at all. And we don't need the superglue for this. Can I? Well, I guess we'll see what happens. What would happen if we were to mess around like this with the superglue? Ho ho! Okay, I see. This is awesome. Okay, let's see what we can come up with. Yeah, well, maybe not quite like this. Hey, my next question is how much windmill can we have? Okay. Let's see. I'll just go up a ways here. Okay, I'm sure that's too much, but let's find out how much is too much. Oh, that's not too much. Okay, you can make these things a lot bigger than I thought. Is that passing through my house? Very nearly. You can make these things a lot bigger than I thought. That's pretty cool. So something like this should be no problem at all, right? Right. Now I ran out of windmill blades. But let's see your sails, I guess I should say. But that's fast with all of those. Nice. Okay, I extended the bars a little bit. We couldn't really use a button on the end because of the super glue. And we added a little bit to part of the sails so that they have a little bit of shape to them. They're not just big rectangles. The next thing I want to know is what happens if we mess with it. Like what if I put this here? What happens? Okay, so it moves without moving the stair block. So in other words, what we could do We could take the stairs and we could take some of these vertical slabs. So we could have sort of a shaft housing. The only problem is we can't get at the so maybe we'll leave it bare on both sides here, right? That ain't too bad. Okay, I think that's better. That gives us some substance. It doesn't look like just a little like pole this whole thing's attached to. I think that looks a lot better. Next set of things we want. We're gonna want a couple of gearboxes. So that's awfully loud. Let's just turn that down. I usually have it playing really loud because I like it. We're gonna need some of these andesite casings. 4 is probably a good number. And we're gonna need some of these small cogwheels. And that should allow us to make 4 gearboxes. We can craft them with themselves to make them vertical, which is something we're gonna want. And what we're gonna do, that's such a nice feature. We're gonna want it right where, do we go out one too far? I think we went out one too far. We're gonna put the gearbox right there. That's not quite right. Is it? No, that's fine. That's fine. And you see how it's changing. You can still rotate from this way. It's going in the opposite direction. They do that. But we can also now go down. Next thing we're going to need is some brass, and we can make that right in our alloy kiln. It's just copper and zinc, 1-to-1 ratio. Should get us 2 brass. What, brass coin stacks, huh? Interesting. Next thing we need to do is make some, I think it's called polished rose quartz. We're gonna need some sandpaper. You make it like you might expect, with some sand and some paper. And I think what we can do is put this in our offhand and hold right click. Let's try it the other way. Hold right click. Let's see. What are we doing? Is it the wrong kind of rose quartz? What do you bet it's the wrong kind of rose quartz? Yeah, look at that. We've got to make this with nether quartz. And oh, that's enigmatic legacy. New addition to the pack, pretty exciting. We need 7 of these total, so that's how many I'm making. Now let's see which one of these was right. Okay, yeah. At least sandpaper in the offhand works. This is how you get your polished rose quartz, and your rose quartz in the first place, apparently. Very nice. There we go. What we need to do with it are make these electron tubes. These are not particularly expensive. Once you make the rose quartz, that is. It's redstone torches and iron nuggets. No big whoop. We're going to have to turn some of this brass into plates. 8 ought to do for now, I think. Here's the thing. We've made the windmill and its associated rotational force. What are we going to do with it? We're going to do some crafting to start. We're going to need 21 of these mechanical crafters. And before I forget, we're going to need the wrench. It's 3 gold plates, a small cogwheel, and a stick. Now we're going to set this stuff up on the second floor here. where we'll have our sort of less dirty stuff. There we go. And we're going to want all of these pointing to a single spot. So you just use the wrench to get the arrows pointing the way you want them. Oh, I think we need to go up one more. Okay, I'm hoping that's what we want. Now the next thing we got to think about is getting some rotational force over to it. As you see the gears, we need to get some gears going over there. A little you know, the stuff of the mod. So we're gonna run a shaft over here. And then right here, I believe, we're gonna put another gearbox. It's gonna be a vertical one, right? Oh, I think we're one short of where we want to be. I had another idea. What if we did it backwards? Ran that. Just make this a lot simpler, right? Okay, yeah, so we'll take this out. And we'll put the gearbox in. And we'll run this up. Nothing's turning. Oh, I took all this stuff out on accident. Gotta love ore excavator, folks. It's, Can I go this way? Yes, I can. Very good. Live by the vein miner, die by the vein miner. Okay. So, as long as these, I believe, this is how this works. As long as these mechanical crafters are touching each other, supplying rotational force to one will supply it to them all. I think that's how this works. Well, what we need to make are crushing wheels. Now the recipe is, once you've got all this, it's pretty cheap. It's just some andesite alloy, and you do it in the corners too. And then it's 4 planks, and I put the stone in it, and I'm hoping it's recognizing a valid recipe. Yep, it's moving right along. Yeah, it's not that fast. We could speed this up if we need to. But for just the crafter, I think the satisfaction of watching it come together like that is undeniable. That's just wonderful. As for what we're gonna do with them, that's gonna have to wait until the next episode. We're starting to run a little long. I did want to. Well, people say I should. Seen the comment that I should show the builds more. So this is the kind of undetailed exterior of the house and the windmill. We've got a lot of work to do on it to make it nice, but I like the basic structures. I'm pretty happy with this. So anyway, we'll see you real soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.